Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stock Market Today. You have Alyssa Corum here, and I am joined by Ken Shreve. We're going to talk about the action for the Nasdaq, Dow, and S&P 500. But first, Ken, give us a preview of the stocks that we're going to be checking in on today.
Yeah, Ellie, first of all, the Nasdaq, some sellers came into the Nasdaq during the final 20 minutes of trading, but we're still going to take a look at a breakout for Intuitive Surgical, take a look at a bullish move for Abbott Labs, and also take a look at the news that moved Walmart stock in the Dow Jones today.
That's right. First, let's check in on the Nasdaq here. As Ken mentioned, some sellers coming in late. The Nasdaq closing down 0.3% for the day. We were on track for some gains. Then some really heavy selling came in, a bit of a bounce, ultimately closing a bit fractionally lower. The Dow outpacing today, up 0.6%, and the S&P 500 up 0.2%. So what's your take on the day's action? I mean, the Nasdaq did end up closing better than where it could have today.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you have to remember the Nasdaq was down about 1% intraday, but in the big picture in IBD Live and in recent episodes, we've been talking about a lot of yellow flags in the Nasdaq. Even yesterday, when the Nasdaq was up 1.7%, you did have declining stocks outnumbering advancers on the Nasdaq. So breadth has been a little questionable in recent days, and we've also been talking about the fact that the Nasdaq is pretty far extended above its 50-day moving average, and also near the top of an upper channel line where it's pulled back in recent weeks. So yellow flags out there, but all in all, not too bad a performance for the Nasdaq, even though sellers did come in late, like I said.
Yeah. Well, we are on guard and we are looking for those signs of selling in the different levels, not only across the broad indexes, but individual holdings as well that you may want to be trimming or getting out of. But we're still seeing a lot of strong moves. A notable one today from Walmart, a strong gain here today. We had a gain of about 4.6% on news that Walmart is teaming up with Microsoft to buy TikTok. So even though we didn't see an incredibly strong response to Walmart's earnings, actually a bit of a negative response here, a nice gain today, sending the stock almost to that 140 level intraday.
I'll tell you, for a stock with a market cap close to 400 billion, it is prone still to some volatile price swings. You can see a big intraday range for Walmart today. But yeah, some eyebrows were raised when it was reported that the company is going to be teaming up with Microsoft to make a bid for the U.S. operations of TikTok. This is a video sharing social networking service that has about 100 million users. That's up, I read, I think about 800% compared to what they had in early 2018. So there's a big audience for TikTok that Walmart appears to want to tap into. But like I said, there were some eyebrows raised as to what Walmart wants to do. But as they compete with Amazon.com and try to gain market share, the TikTok audience, who knows, might be able to help them do that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten on the TikTok train. The only TikTok videos I've seen, Ken, are on Instagram. But there's a lot of, dance videos and some maybe like hacks, how to cut fruit and different things like that. I don't know. It's an interesting concept, but it's definitely popular.
Yeah, what's interesting is that my daughter gave me a full board tour of TikTok yesterday, and she showed me all the ins and outs of it. I had heard of it, of course, but hadn't really looked at it. So she kind of showed me what it was all about, and it looks pretty interesting. So yeah, we'll see. This acquisition or the Walmart Microsoft plans to buy the U.S. operations could be valued as much as 20 to 30 billion at least. So they're saying a deal could happen any day now.
Well, we'll have to keep your ears perked for more news on that front. Yet we pivot now to Abbott Labs, ABT, a nice breakaway gap here for that stock, almost up almost 8% on the day. Extremely strong volume here on news that the FDA has approved its COVID-19 antigen test. That's $5 a pop. So some nice action here today after pretty tight action.
Yeah, and there was actually some news. I don't know if it's official yet, but there was news that the Trump administration was going to give Abbott $750 million to for 150 million doses of this test. So I'm not sure if that's official yet, but that was reported by CNBC earlier in the day. But Abbott is clearly the leader in this testing kits. I think this is their fourth approved test in the market now. But this one's interesting because, like you said, it only costs $5. It's another nasal swab, and you can get results in 15 minutes or so. So I know that the U.S. is intent on continuing to test at high levels, and we do appear to be, flattening the curve, as they say, for the second time in terms of the coronavirus spread throughout the country.
And just massive volume today. I mean, you could just really see the buying demand come into this. So we'll definitely keep tabs on it from here. And last but not least, Ken, you mentioned at the top of the show, Intuitive Surgical, ISRG, if I can get the ticker typed in there correctly. Moving out of this tight area here over the 704 level with a strong gain today of its own.
Yeah, you can see Intuitive Surgical faded a bit with the Nasdaq, but still it closed above that 704.10 buy point. It's interesting as the coronavirus continues to kind of slow down the spread. Not surprising to see a stock like Intuitive Surgical work well. A lot of people might be going in to hospitals fresh for elective procedures. Intuitive Surgical, of course, has the Da Vinci robotic surgical system that is used a lot in prostate cancer and some other elective procedures. So, good breakout for Intuitive Surgical. Stock faded by the close, but still think the stock has very good potential.
Yeah, and still seems in a nice buy range here. It doesn't seem too extended by any means.
Yeah, absolutely. We can flip over to the weekly chart and just take a look at a longer term view for Intuitive Surgical. And yeah, this stock, after a series of some tight weekly closes, good strength and support after a breakout. So you had a nice breakout over an alternate entry today. So definitely looks good.
All right. Well, that's it for today's show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And you can be sure the conversation will, of course, as always, continue tomorrow morning on IBD Live. Can't believe we're already back at another Friday. I mean, these weeks are just flying by. There's
They
been
do.
so much to talk about, and there will continue to be. So, and you can bet that we'll be tracking everything every step of the way. As we've been mentioning, the overall market is getting a little extended at these levels, but you never know what tomorrow brings. But we hope you join us as we break it all down over at investors.com/IBD Live. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow, everyone.